This video is going to be a ramble, a talk directly with you guys, especially with the people who are going to be struggling with the same type of failure that I just encountered. I probably encounter every single day. So back in high school, I had an econ teacher where the one thing I remember from high school, this one lesson that always stuck with me, is when he said, nothing in life is free. Even if it says free on it, and you can get it for free money-wise, there's a cost to every single thing you do. Now, if you don't want to think of it as directly as a money thing, that's fine, right? Think of it as a time thing. So if I decide to hang out with my friends, that's like a couple hours I could have spent towards coding, right? Also, before I get into this talk, I want to make sure you guys understand that don't fall into this thing of FOMO, which is just fear of missing out, and overwork yourself. Don't forget to enjoy life. But in my case, so there's this competition called Y Combinator. There's this thing called Y Combinator, and if you guys don't know anything about that, it is just a startup accelerator. I can't speak today. So Y Combinator, what they do is they take their bottomless pit of money and they give it out to a bunch of startup ideas. And they know for a fact that not every startup they invest in will succeed, but they do this 2 times a year, right? 2 times a year, they decide to give out $120,000 to I don't know how many different startups. And the whole thing about this is you could just be a simple idea. Like you could just have an idea in your head and you just like, I don't have a demo, but I'm gonna apply anyways. And sometimes that gets you in. You could have a $20 million company with revenue and you could still get denied from getting in. Some companies who apply need the money. Some companies who apply already have revenue and they just need access to more investors. Cool. Now, as you guys know, I want to start my own little startup. I want to start my own little company. I've known about that Y Combinator thing for a year and a half. I've had 2 different ideas. This time, I actually care about this idea, right? I've only experienced this when I was dealing with like major depression. That whole feeling of what's the point? Because something seems so very, very difficult, you start to freeze, right? And I didn't even catch it till it was last minute. I didn't even realize how long it was going on. Back when I used to deal with a major depression, I used to wake up and just think, what's the point? And I did nothing with my time. I had all these goals. I just thought, it's not even worth it. Grand scheme of things. I'm not trying to get y'all depressed. But unfortunately for me, now that I'm out of that, I came out of that with a lot of bad habits, and procrastinating is definitely one of those bad habits. I went into this Y Combinator application thinking there is no chance. I think they only accept 3% of applicants. 3% out of the thousands of people who apply. I kept looking at my idea, I was like, there's no chance. No chance. I made the mistake of treating this application like some high school essay, because in high school all I did was procrastinate, and then when it came to writing, I'd finish it the night before and I'd still get an A because procrastination is like my superpower. Unfortunately, high school isn't real life. In high school I got to procrastinate and worst case scenario I'll maybe get a C or a B or something and I could fix that later. In real life, opportunities like that, they don't come often. So I heard this one quote that said, luck is where opportunity and preparation meet. I am surrounded by opportunity, but when it comes to preparation, I'm not prepared. Like I said in my last video, be prepared because you never know when someone might offer you an interview and maybe you just had to pass one simple test, but you could have been prepared if you were coding a little bit every day or practicing a little bit every day. Whatever the case is, I wasn't prepared. I didn't have a demo ready. I didn't have a well written out application ready. I didn't get a second opinion. I didn't go around asking people, oh, what do you guys think about this? I literally sent it 1 hour before the deadline. And obviously that type of rush, you don't get the best quality in what you're trying to say. All I'm trying to say is in the next couple years, you're gonna see me fail up and down everywhere. I'm kind of making this video because I know a lot of you guys have that little voice in your head stopping you from going or even starting sometimes because you're fearful of maybe it's just rejection, maybe the task looks too big to handle, whatever the case is, you're scared. And I think it's been a long time, it really has, but getting hit by that could be a surprise and it creeps up on you because I knew about this application for months. I knew about maybe, obviously if you have a demo for your projects, increases your chances of getting into anything way more, but Here's little me, only focusing on the job that pays me and not the job that could change my life in the future, you know? I think this is the same guy who had the loud motorcycle, but they were just going 10 miles per hour. So I was wondering, why is your motorcycle so loud if you're only gonna go 10 miles per hour? It makes no sense. Like, turn it down. When it comes to giant life goals and giant tasks that seem overwhelming to the point where you're just freezing, just keep in mind, if you tackle something every single day, little by little, it makes a big difference. Every time you have to go on, it's like when you go on a hike. Let me make a hiking analogy, Jesus Christ. When you go on a hike, you hear 5 miles, you probably hate your life, but you do the first mile, you do the second mile, like chop it up little by little as much as you can, and eventually you're gonna be at the finish line. Freezing is the only way you're gonna fail. Doing nothing is the only way you're gonna fail. If you practice something every day, you never know what next level you're gonna unlock with yourself in terms of becoming better or making your goals happen. You just never know what's gonna happen, but you're never gonna at least get the chance to try to find out if you do nothing but freeze. I just wanted to ramble because I didn't feel like coding, but now I'm gonna walk home and code. But I felt this was an important talk that we needed to have in case any of you guys are struggling with this. Jesus Christ, overexposure. Just do me a favor and don't quit on your goals because it seems overwhelming. Just take your time, little by little, day by day, and handle your. Next time you find yourself in a lucky position, just know you found yourself in a great opportunity and you were well prepared, and now you're a lucky person. Just gotta lock it down. Jesus Christ. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.